Welcome to our introduction of the Import Declaration Service for private persons. In this service you can declare a consignment to customs and pay the import duties and taxes that may be payable. The service is available every day around the clock. You will need an arrival notification or some other information on the arrival of the consignment that needs to be declared. You will also need a document that shows the price and quantity of the goods in the consignment and the transport costs. This document can be, for example, a receipt, an invoice, or an order confirmation. You don't need to enclose the documents with a declaration. However, customs may ask you to submit them later. You can find more information about the necessary documents as well as declaration tips at tulli.fi on the page Declare Your Parcel, which can be found on the website under Private Persons. Logging into the Import Declaration Service for private persons. You can log into the Import Declaration Service for private persons via the eServices link or directly via the link Import Declaration Service for private persons. When the service opens, read the instructions provided. You can skip the instructions by clicking on the Skip Instructions link at the bottom of the page. Click on the button Proceed to log in the middle of the page and then select the identification method, for example, online banking codes. How to complete an import declaration. After logging in, you will see the start page of the Import Declaration Service. If you need help with filling in the declaration, you can click on the help buttons that are next to the names of the entry fields and that are named after the name of the field. Select what you wish to declare in the drop-down menu under I wish to declare. In this example, we are declaring an online purchase, so we select Goods I've purchased. Enter the arrival ID of your consignment or the number of the transport document in the text field Arrival ID or Item Tracking ID. When you enter the arrival ID, the name of the transport company will usually be automatically filled in under Select Transport Company. If the name of the transport company is not automatically filled in, select it from the drop-down menu. Click on the Next button. On the page Consignment Details, fill in the missing details about the consignment. Some of the details may be automatically retrieved from the transport company. Please note that the country of dispatch must be the country outside EU where the goods were originally sent. If the goods were sent from the Canary Islands, the country of dispatch can be Spain. If needed, change the country of dispatch to a country outside the EU in the drop-down menu under Select Country of Dispatch. In this example, only the name of the seller and the transport costs are missing. Enter the name of the seller under Seller. Under Transport Costs and Currency, enter all transport costs for the consignment if they are not included in the price of the goods. In the drop-down menu, select the currency for the transport costs you provided. Under Postage Handling Fee, Euros, enter the amount of the handling fee that is paid to Posti. You can find the fee amount and payment instructions in Posti's arrival notice. If you still have questions, you can find more information on Posti's website. Confirm that you have an order confirmation or some other document by ticking the box I have an order confirmation, invoice, or other proof that shows the value of the goods. Please note that customs may ask you to submit the document later. Click on the Next button. On the page Goods Details, search for the goods you are declaring by entering a search word in the text field. Find the type of goods and select it. If you cannot find the goods by using the search function, you will need a commodity code that consists of 10 digits. Open the commodity code tab and enter the commodity code in the text field commodity code. If you don't know the commodity code, look it up in the Fintarex service or ask the Customs Information Service to help you. In this example, we are using a goods search, so we will return to the goods search tab. You type in the name of the goods in the text field under Find the type of goods and select it. The search results are listed under the text field, and you can select the appropriate goods type from these results. In this example, we are using the search term T-shirt, and in the list that opens we select T-shirts, singlets and other vests, knitted or crocheted. Enter all goods of the same type at the same time. If, for example, you are declaring 5 T-shirts of different colors, please declare them all together. Change the country of origin under country of origin, if it's not the same as the country of dispatch. If you do not know the country of origin, enter the country of dispatch. The country of origin must be a country outside the EU except when the goods are delivered from the Canary Islands. Enter the price of the goods without the transport costs in the text field price and currency. If there are multiple goods, enter their total price. In the drop-down menu, select the currency for the price you provided. Additional details requested for the goods are listed under the heading Additional information on the goods. In this example, the number of items is requested, and so we add it in the text field number of items. Add the goods to the declaration basket by clicking on the Add to Declaration Basket button. If you are declaring other goods as well, add them too to the declaration basket. In this example, we are declaring caps in addition to the T-shirts. The goods you have entered are listed under the heading Goods in the Declaration Basket. If you want to remove a goods item, click on the Remove button that is shown as a waste bin icon to the right of the goods item. Click on the Next button. On the summary page, you will see the total sum that you have to pay to customs. The amount to be paid is shown after Total amount payable. If the purchase price of the goods is provided in a currency other than the euro, the service will convert this sum into euros according to the conversion rates confirmed by customs. The goods you are declaring are listed under the heading Details about the goods to be cleared. If you wish, you can view the charges for individual goods. Click on the name of the goods item to open the payment details under the name. Please note that if customs duties are levied on the goods, the transport costs you provided are added to the customs value of the goods after share of the transport costs. If you are declaring multiple goods, the transport costs will automatically be split among the different goods. Please also note that the customs duties due have been added to the purchase price and the transport costs in the taxable amount for VAT. The amount of VAT is calculated based on this total. If you wish to make changes to the details you have entered for the goods, click on the Previous button at the bottom of the page on the left. In this example, we don't need to make any changes, so we will click on Next. Enter the missing details on the My Details page. In the field, enter your email address. Enter an address to which customs can send information on the progress of the clearance. If you're submitting the declaration on behalf of another person, that is, if the consignee or the consignment is someone else, tick the box I'm declaring goods on behalf of another person. Enter the requested details in the text fields that open under the heading Details of the consignee or the consignment. Send the declaration by clicking on the Send button. On the payment page, pay the customs invoice immediately in your online bank by clicking on the Proceed to Pay button. Posti will deliver the consignment to you when the payment has reached customs and you have paid the handling fee to Posti. If your consignment is delivered by some other transport company, follow the instructions you receive from them. If needed, contact the transport company to agree on the pickup of the consignment from their company's warehouse. If you wish to pay for the clearance later, click on the link Do you wish to pay later on the right. The page that opens shows the payment details for making the payment. Remember to pay for the clearance within the time specified by the transport company, or else they may return the consignment. If the due date has been exceeded, you cannot make the payment into service. If you wish to cancel the declaration, click on the link Do you wish to cancel your declaration on the right, and on the page that then opens, click on Yes, invalidate. If you wish to receive your consignment after the declaration has been invalidated, submit a new declaration as soon as possible. Once you have cleared your consignment, you can usually follow its progress in the online tracking service of the transport company. Please note that customs doesn't transport or store consignments nor send arrival notifications. If needed, contact the transport company. You can find your declarations and their customs clearance decisions under My Declarations for 90 days. Customs will not email you separately to inform you that your goods have been successfully cleared.